Hey, Kevin. So here's me going through that problem that we were talking about today. So it says practice on your own, find the volume of the cone below. So I know my shape's a cone and I know I need the volume. So if I come down here and take a look at my formula sheet, I see, there's my cone and I want the volume formula. So I need that V equals 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So that's the first thing I want to do is type that formula into my calculator. I don't have to type V equals. I can just go straight into my fraction, that 1/3 pi. If you go to the FUNC button, pi is over here by the return. So 1/3 times pi r squared. The squared button's on there on the top left. 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So once I pull out my formula and I type it in the calculator, now I have to tell my calculator what every letter is equal to. So I need to come back up to my shape and go through. 1/3, that's a number, so there's nothing to type in there. Pi is also a number. Pi is 3.141592654, and that fraction keeps on going, or that decimal keeps on going forever and ever and ever. It never stops. It never repeats. It's really ugly. But that pi, that's a number. R, though, R is part of my cone. Like we talked about last class, the R is the radius. So the radius is halfway across the circle. This picture shows the radius as being 6 because it goes halfway across the circle. So I tell my calculator that my radius is equal to 6. Sometimes on these pictures, the line will go all the way across. That's the diameter if it goes all the way across. But I only need the radius. So if it gives me the diameter all the way across, I have to divide it by 2 to get just the radius. So I tell my calculator that my radius is equal to 6. And now I have to tell my calculator which is the height. There's 2 numbers left that I can choose from. And if you're not quite sure, here it shows you, I know it's kind of small on your computer, that the height goes from the point all the way down to the middle of my circle. That number on the side, that's the slant height. That's the L. I don't want the L. I want the height from the tip of the cone all the way down to the middle of the circle. So what number goes from the tip of my cone all the way down to the center? My height is 5.25. That 8 over here, that's the L. That's the slant height. We need that for surface area, but we do not need that for volume. They were trying to trick us up there. We need it for surface area, but not for volume. And now if I take a look, I see that I have my answer right there. 179.9203372. It's going to be a really ugly decimal because pi is an ugly decimal. So what you would then want to go through and type in your box is that answer rounded. So in here, I don't know, it's not letting me type in there. I would want to type 1.97.92. Typically, we round to 2 numbers after the decimal place to the hundredths. I hope this helps. Again, I'm so sorry. It's really hard for me to balance in-class kids and computer kids. But thank you for your patience, and I hope this video helps. If you have any more questions, just send me an email.